So growing up, I absolutely loved Pokemon, and not only Pokemon cards, which I had abundance of as a kid, but I also played the freaking Pokemon video games. I never really got into the Pokemon plushies, but judging from this video, I think we're going to dabble into more Pokemon because today's video, we have probably the coolest LEGO set that is too big for this frame, but is still truthfully the coolest LEGO build I have probably ever built. Ladies and gentlemen, in front of us is Bricker Builds Fire Lizard, aka Charmander. My gosh, is this immaculate, guys. Like I said, this is probably the coolest build I have ever done. So if you want to see my in-depth review, stick around, hit that subscribe button, like today's video, and let's try to catch Charmander. Check out his flickering tail. I mean, to take it one step further, his tail has a light kit in it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to take this video pretty in depth as far as, the price of building one of these, like, amazing sculpture sets, the value that you get out of it, and of course, the building techniques and of just the joy in general of building around this LEGO set, and then of course the scale and size of it. So if that all sounds interesting, let me get pretty personal on the level with you guys and truthfully say this set is definitely a one of one. I truthfully can't thank the Bricker Builds team enough for giving me the opportunity to work with them, but to build one of their kits. And now I'm truthfully going to say I will start my journey from this point forward to go and catch them all, because we're fortunate Charmander is not the only Pokemon model that they offer, as well as a bunch of other multitude of different sculptures they have, as well as LEGO sets. But we'll talk more about that in just a little bit. Let's focus on our actual Charmander build and our official review. Inside the Bricker Builds box, when you order this Charmander, this is exactly what you're going to get. First off, the instruction booklet is going to be a QR code, but you do get a lovely note here. So it is called Fire Lizards, obviously because of rights to Pokemon, right? It can always be difficult, but really cute looking picture of Char on there with his flaming, good to see, flaming tail. And it says Fire Lizard, a note from the designer. But anyways, like I said, inside that, you could see we have a bunch of parts assorted in here. All oranges, white, tans, greens, a whole kind of load. So that's bag. They look to be numbered as well. So you can see like that's 7, that's 9, and there's 11 in there. Got some more bags in here all the way 13, 15, 17. I'm sure like 16 and 18 are under it. 19, 20, 23. Looks like a lot of bags in this, guys. 25, 27, 30. I'm sure there's some more in there. And then a last ginormous bag of 35, 33, 34. So the highest count I've seen is 35. And we also do get that little light kit in there, which is going to be pretty sweet as we get this thing constructed. First things first, I think we should note his scale. I mean, this guy is pretty large, so it is a little bit deceiving considering he's standing in front of me, but let me go right next to him. No, my friends, he is not deceiving. His face is as big as my head. Like, here, let's clink heads a little bit. His arms, of course, are a little bit more miniature, but it fits Charmander, so let's do it. Is that what he's doing? Is that his pose? I like it. But my gosh, this thing stands just around 2 feet tall. So to put it in perspective, it's large. It's massive from the ground. From my table going up, you can see this is my middle section here. My waist would be like a little bit right here, a little bit even lower, and all the way. And I'm 5'10" around there. So truthfully, a immaculate size. I think the scale of this thing just makes it so amazing. That, like, it's one of my favorite parts about this build is just like, obviously one, it looks a spitting image of Charmander. It's life size, so from the actual video games and our analytics of Charmanders from our Pokemon cards and all the games. His original length here on the original card was 2 foot, weighs 19 pounds. Now he might actually, I don't know if he weighs 19 pounds. That'd be a little creepy, right? But he's a little bit, mid-sized Charmander, right? He's not on the large side. He's not on the small side. He's just like mid-sized Char. And you know, his tail, even the curvature on it it's so well done. Now, one thing I'm gonna say that fitting into our next topic, so the huge tick on the scale wise, the building techniques used inside of this. So for those of you who don't know, this set is 98% of the build is brick elements, consisting of like 2x4s, 2x2s, 2x3s, 1x4s, 1x2s, 1x1s, maybe some 1x6s, maybe a few 1x10s or something like that. But truthfully, all brick elements. And there is a few plates incorporated in this, mostly for some of the details around the eyes and then his eyelashes. Just like a handful of plates for a little bit of added details. You got some cones in here for his teeth, but you get the point. This build is majority all brick built. And I think that's going back to the basics in LEGO. Like, we are sculpting something out of just normal bricks. There's no Technic involved. There's no like those Technic pins. It's not a bunch of little tiny like plate pieces. It's literally all bricks stacking and just adjoining each other to make this insane sculpture. Like, I honestly, if you would have told me standing this right now, it's like 98% all bricks, I'd been like, Cristo, you're crazy. Like, there's Technic inside. It's got like a metal piece inside of it. No, this thing is legitimately all brick. So anyways, that is, you know, again, I know that's a little bit basic, right? But in modern day LEGO sets, what sets do we have except maybe some like the creator, like creative fun packs, right? That are just a way to get all bricks. And that is crazy in my eyes. So truthfully, a very unique building experience. I cannot wait to build more of these already. I probably want to get the Squirtle next, and that will feed into our next topic, which of course is going to be price. Leading into the price, of course, I'm going to be a little bit more critical on the price point, simply because I know the costs of these are quite extravagant. So for example, this Charmander, we're actually on the official page here. The Charmander right here is listed for $1,100. Now, this set does come with 4,000 pieces, which would put this at a mark price point of around 20 cents price per piece ratio, a little bit even higher, which of course is crazy. I know it does say in the details it's 2 feet tall Charmander. Again, makes a lot more sense. 3 feet. I am really bad at judgment of height, considering, you know, I try. But anyways, he comes with 4,000 pieces. Again, $1,100 is, I would say, a definitely hard pill to swallow for a price standpoint. That is extremely expensive. However, I still think there is a great way to attain him, and more probably feasible for the common consumer like myself, and which I'm probably going to be doing for some of the other modules, because you can already see over here you have a Pikachu, you have Eevee, you have Mudkip, Turtwig, Piplup, Squirtle. Again, like I said, Squirtle being my probably next model I'm going for, or maybe even a Bulbasaur, considering it's potentially, at this time of recording, going to be made if it gets the fan vote in the final against its rival Yoshi. But anyways, Charmander's $1,100, but a really cool, interesting thing that Bricker Builds offers, and again, this is to the designer of Bricker Builds, which is Dave Holder. For those of you who don't know him, he won the LEGO Masters Australia. Spoiler alert, but hopefully it's not a spoiler alert. It's been years. He's truthfully probably one of the most amazing builders I have seen. Me and Georgiana watched the LEGO Australia Masters, and we love the Australian LEGO Masters so much. Quite frankly, we have not even seen the US, which is our current home country. We only watch Australia. If that says anything, it's just a really enjoyable show, and I think the builders are absolutely incredible. But sorry to go on a tangent about LEGO Masters Australia. He's a great builder, and he happened to win it, and it was pretty impressive. But you can buy the instructions instead of the whole entire kit, where you get the LEGO pieces from them. Because again, these are official LEGO parts, which are pretty expensive to get in, you know, the aftermarket in general, right? So they offer all the pieces for you and ship them in a pretty awesome box and kit, right, to unbox it and have everything already laid out for you. But if you want to save a little bit of money, and I would say probably around half, you could just buy the instructions, which for the Charmander are listed at $85. Completely reasonable, considering this is a custom designed, very impressive LEGO set, and same thing goes with some of the other sets. But also, you can get those prices from, you know, Bricklink, from LEGO conventions, from your local LEGO stores, right? And save probably a tremendous amount of money, consisting you just get them cheaper from somebody else. So that is another way to superiorly minimize the cost. Going back to, you know, still giving a good rating on pricing, you know, the instructions are available. So it's not like you're stuck and you're just like, okay, well, the only way to buy this Charmander is to just buy this $1,100 Charmander. I know that's expensive. That's expensive for anybody, I would say. Well, if you're loaded and you're watching this, I can't relate. But for those of you who can, that is expensive, and I know that. But that is an alternative. I know a good friend of mine who also builds these. I'm going to list his name here. It's going to be Preston Builds. I know he does a lot of parting out by pieces and is able to buy some of these essentially for around the half price and build and enjoy them. And I'm going to follow suit and do the same because, like I said earlier, I got to catch them all. But if you're watching this and you're not a Pokemon fan, they have a ton of other themes here, like check out that Mario. That thing is impressive. I think he's 1,300. He is massive as well. You have a Captain America shield. You have the Darth Maul. What is that? The bust? The Lord Darth Maul bust. They have lightsabers. They have a bunch of things, right? And of course, I'll go ahead and link them in the description below, as well as maybe a even coupon code with Stud City. That'll get you a nice little sale at the Brecker Builds website. But going back to our fiery friend here, again, this set is most impressive. Check out the colors. He's mostly orange. He's got his black eyes with, his white around them to kind of foreshadow the way he's looking. He even has that blue kind of like almost like a tear here, but it just gives so much character. His mouth is made up of that, I don't even know what color pink that is, but it overall looks really good. He does have 4 teeth, 2 on top, 2 on bottom, which consists of 4 cones. Now the roof of his mouth is this dark red color as plates, and just kind of laid out across there. It gives a very nice shadow, I would say, to kind of, illustrate that his mouth is open. So anyways, you can't really see that from a top view, but if you really are looking down from under him, it gives a nice little feel. His belly is that sand color, and overall, I think looks really good. You can see I have some supports down here. I don't actually need those. I needed them when I was constructing this because normally you're supposed to build on a base plate. I decided to abide by the rules, not abide by the rules, and just build him on the ground. But I had a little bit of issues, and I just simply put, I don't know, maybe is that like 10 2x2 bricks to sturdy him up as I built this thing up. And of course, we have his tailpiece, which consisted of the most different pieces. It had some slopes in there and a few different plates. And then we also incorporated a light kit inside to give him that fiery effect that Charmander deserves. One other thing to note about this Charmander is the instructions that it comes with. Now, I already showed you this piece of paper, which has the Brecker Builds logo, a little information about the fire lizard. But on the back of it, which I won't show because as a QR code, it has the QR for the instructions, a Discord community, and of course, writing a review. But essentially, the instructions are going to be 100% online, and it comes with 6 different downloads just for different portions of the build because this is a very large and massive build. So you will get 6 different downloads and then a 7th one, which will be the install of the light kit, which is essentially only 2 pages of just how to connect it and put it inside. Very easy, very straightforward. As far as challenging, I think the biggest challenge for me was not building it on the base plate that it recommended. I had one sitting right over here and I just thought, well, this will be a lot easier to not have to take this giant sculpture of Charmander, peel it off this base plate right at the end. Just because there are a few plates on the bottom of his feet. And I thought, it would be easier. So in my first stream that we did, I was breaking him down as I was pushing down the pieces a little bit, simply because when we're first building him up, we did not have the proper support to kind of like have him sturdy. So I would say, maybe do the same thing I did or use a base plate as it recommends. But either way, if that was the biggest issue, I think we did a pretty good job. One other thing I encountered was I dropped the piece when I was probably at his probably neck high, almost the top of his mouth, his upper lip mouth, and I dropped a piece all the way down, and he's pretty hollow on the inside, and it dropped all the way down to here. So I struggled for like 15-20 minutes to get that piece out. Something so stupid and silly, but I thought I'd share that with you. So keep that in mind. After that point in time, I put like a little baggie inside of him, and I just kind of moved it up as I did layer by layer. So anyways, that's kind of my experience building Charmander. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, a huge thank you to the Brecker Builds team for giving us the opportunity to showcase Charmander. on our channel and be probably our prized possession in our collection. He's going to find a very awesome spot in our new LEGO studio as we complete our house build, and he's always going to be a member of our channel. Now, with that being said, I do want to build another Bricker Builds Pokemon, and I'm thinking between Squirtle, I would buy any of them. I love Squirtle, I love Piplup, and the new Bulbasaur, and then of course, you know, Pikachu being a immediate option as well. So let me know what you want I should buy next and build. We can make it a part of the channel. We can live stream it. Let me know what you guys think. And are you going to be picking up any of the Bricker Build models? I want to hear it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. My name is Cristo from Stid City. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Peace.